Diane, I think it's worth it. I did the sleeve, and everybody's different, but I wouldn't trade nothing right now, because I'm going through some things emotionally, and I don't hardly eat as it is, so now I'm really not eating, so I'm down to like 149, and I don't want to get too much, but I just don't have an appetite right now. They're made.
All right, boom. Before we even talk about Angela no longer having an appetite, at this moment in time, one thing that I will say is this. In the comment section, there was a question that was asked. Are you still a part of Happily Ever After? Now, here's the thing. Generally speaking, when cast members get axed from a show, what happens? Usually they start to speak out. They usually start to, obviously say certain things against the network, obviously exposing the truth. That's something that we did see with Elena at the time when she obviously was removed from the show. Now, Angela Deem is the kind of person that has a very, very big mouth. And the matter of the fact is, if she was removed from the show, her and Michael, I believe that Angela would be making it known. The only way she wouldn't make it known is if they gave her a certain fee to stay quiet. Because really and truly, when it comes to breaking contracts, I don't think Angela Deem would really care that much, because we've seen her attitude over the years, even off camera. We've seen obviously get into fights, brawls, you name it, she's done it. And to be fair, I'm pretty sure, when you're under a contract, there's certain things that you can and cannot do, you know what I mean? And there's things that you can and cannot say. Now, to be fair, for the most part, when it comes to keeping her mouth quiet, she has done quite a decent job. I'll give her that. But when it comes to keeping herself out of the public eye, not so much, whether that's fighting with her best friends, or whether that is pretty much groping random men in clubs. Either way, she has definitely done things that are unnecessary, shall I say. Now, with that being said, I have come across some very interesting information regarding not necessarily Angela and Michael, but I have come across information that is somewhat going to give us a better insight in terms of what is the future of Angela Deem when it comes to TLC. Now, here's the thing. This is public news, but it's not public news. And I say it's not public news because it hasn't been told yet. But if you Google it, you will see that it is public news. Now, TLC have been bought out by Warner Brothers. Okay, that is the news right there that you can research and you will see yourself, amongst other networks that they've also bought out too. So TLC now is owned by Warner Brothers. And because of that, I have been told exclusively by a former cast member that that Warner Brothers are now going to make some changes to the network. Hence the reason why Darcy and Stacey was cancelled. It was actually because of Warner Brothers. They didn't want that show to be on the network anymore, and that's why that show was pretty much scrapped. Now, with that being said, when it comes to Angela Deem though, here's the other thing. Warner Brothers are now looking, or are starting to get rid of old cast members from majority of the TV shows that they have, and now looking to bring in newer people. Now, obviously, when it comes to 90 Day Fiancé, that is another show that's also a part of that conversation, because at the end of the day, 90 Day Fiancé is the highest ranked and the highest grossing, highest earning, TV show on TLC. So, of course, that show is obviously going to be a part of that conversation, which means that soon, I don't know when soon is, but I do strongly believe that Angela Deem's days are now numbered when it comes to 90 Day Fiancé, because Warner Brothers are looking to revamp things and looking to freshen things up a little bit, which is why there's been an addition to certain changes as of late. Things like, even though it hasn't made a difference, an audience being there for the tell, previous customers coming in and having their say. This is now a new thing that they're doing, okay? And this is something that has been installed with Warner Brothers since they've been a part of it. Look at this way, there's been a few new things that we've definitely noticed, Like, for example, before, we would only get one episode of a 90-day show throughout the whole time. The only time we would get a spin-off version on at the same time as a current 90 Day Fiancé would have either been Pillow Talk or it would have been Love in Paradise, purely because Love in Paradise doesn't come with a tell-all. But usually, it would be 90 Day Fiancé. Once that's finished, then it would be the single life. Once that's finished, then it would be the other way. Once that's finished, then it's Happily Ever After. But now, as we have seen in the past year of this year so far, they have done 90 Day Fiancé one show, which is obviously an hour and 20 minutes, and then after that they've also done another TLC show, another 90-day show the following day, which is then cut down to 45 minutes. Okay, obviously this is based without no ads, so bear that in mind. There's a reason why these things have been happening, because Warner Brothers are now shaking things up, and they're definitely trying to ramp up things way much more by giving us an oversaturate, by basically overwhelming us with so much content when it comes to 90 Day Fiancé. Now, for me personally, I'm not really complaining because it gives me more content. Do you know what I mean? Like, really, why would I complain about getting more content? Even though it does fire my brain so much more having to watch it all. But either way, though, this is why these things happen. Also, if you notice, there have been some TV shows that have also changed dates. I mean, days as well. Obviously, £600 Life usually wasn't on a Wednesday. I mean, for me, it's on a Thursday because of the time difference. But generally speaking, that wasn't always on that day. It was usually on another day. Same as 1,000 Sisters. That was original on Monday, I think. Then that changed. So that's why there's been a reshuffle of certain things here. Some of these things have been little things. Some of the things have been kind of like in our eyes, but we haven't really known why. And it's because Warner Brothers are literally changing things up, and that is the grand scheme. So therefore, we can definitely expect other newer shows to also be a part of the network at some point as well. Obviously, what those shows will be, I don't know, but obviously so far we had things like Love in Translation. I'm not too sure if Match Me Abroad was a part of that, but that may have been a part of it too. You know what I mean? Amongst other shows that have also aired recently as well. But with that being said, though, and that's probably why as well we've got some shows that are taking a bit longer than others to come back, because originally £600 Life, the previous season, took a while to come back. Maybe that was due to COVID, but I don't think it was. It took a while to come back, and I'm pretty sure it's because of that. Also, we've got TLC Unexpected, another show that has taken a while to come back. These shows are coming back, but I believe right now they're definitely trying to pattern new things. And to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised they're now looking to recruit actors to be a part of the show more than ever, to be honest with you, to make it a bit more entertaining. But obviously these things are the things we will obviously notice as time goes by too. The one thing that I can say that I do hope for is that they do eventually change the freaking host, because the host is absolutely terrible for the tale, or at least give her a better script. It has to be one of the two. Whether it's the host is a problem or it's the script is a problem, we need something better than what we're getting, because god damn, it's just stupid at this point, isn't it now? Now, with that being said, okay, let's talk about Angela. Let's talk about, obviously, with this whole thing about eating, okay? Obviously, her saying that right now she hasn't got much of an appetite. Now, of course, her not having much of an appetite doesn't necessarily mean this is linked to Michael, but let's be real. This is definitely linked to Michael. So it looks to me as if right now Angela clearly is not in a good place, because she's obviously clearly still stressing a lot about Michael, about the fact that obviously Michael is not in her life right now. Michael's obviously gone AWOL, and with the grand scheme of it, that she's been played. So really and truly, it's going to be interesting to see if we do see a transformation in Angela in the next few months, in terms of her losing even more weight due to the fact that she's now no longer eating because of obviously, Michael not being there. So I mean, arguably you could say that she's pretty much right now starving herself due to the fact that Michael isn't in her life. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to say too much on that, because obviously it's just a slight comment that she made, but it was reposted by the TV reality Mess TV. So obviously I wanted to, so therefore I thought, you know what, guys, I'll let you guys know as well. And it does say here, Angela says she's going through some things emotionally, and she has not been eating. And obviously for some people, when they go through something emotionally, it's either one, they eat a lot, or two, they just don't eat at all, which is pretty much a form of starving yourself. Whether it's intentionally or not, it's something that obviously some people do. And obviously that's something that is going on with Angela Dean right now. So I guess we have to see what obviously happens moving forward. But I can also imagine if she's at a point where she's not eating, she's probably smoking a whole lot more. And we did see recently she had the whole fag burn thing here, the cigarette burn thing here as well. So I can't imagine how much more she's smoking compared to what she was before. But hey, either way though, we shall wait and see, of course, what happens with Angela Dean moving forward. But also on top of that, see obviously what else is going to be moving, what else is going to be happening with TLC, because I said before, Warner Brothers are now in charge, and I can expect Angela Dean to no longer be a part of the show at some point. But as of this season itself in particular, Happy Ever After, I still feel like she may still be a part of it, because again, we haven't really heard too much of her saying anything, and two, at the same time, it hasn't come out that she's been removed. Usually when people are removed, we will know about it, because when Alana and Caleb were removed, we knew about it pretty much instantly. And with Michael and Angela, trust me, if it happened, we would know about it, because Angela's the loudest person that TLC's ever freaking had. No, not TLC, 90 Day Fiancé have ever had. Because I think Steven and Zanti, the guy from £600 Life, he might have been louder, to be fair. Interesting. Nonetheless, though, give me your thoughts and your opinions down below, and we can most certainly talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.